We are live.
No,
Coming to you
we're
live.
Not live.
You see that red button up there? It says we're live. Which one's the comments? I gotta pull the comments up there. That one?
No.
That one up? This one?
No.
This one?
Oh.
Okay, folks, we are live. Coming to you live
No one in
from
there.
Angeles City.
You want me to put me there? No.
And no comments yet. Could mean that I pushed the wrong buttons. How many times have I started a live stream and realized that it was private or unlisted? So nobody got notified, nobody could see it.
No one in there.
So you never know until somebody leaves a comment. I mean, I guess I can pull up the iPad and see.
Let's see though.
Or do you want to wait it out?
Oh,
Boom! Steven comes in there. So apparently I pushed all the right buttons again. I'm 2 for 2. The Beach of Life, checking in from Behold. Ethan says she has prettier hair than me.
Then you mana.
Baby, he's saying you have prettier hair than me. And I noticed that you put your hair up for the live stream. Could we please put your hair down?
You know the reason.
Mr. Dunham, how are you? California Bear, good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Folks, I dress up when I'm in front of the camera, as you can clearly see. I got the fashion going on. The old lady, at least she has on her $1 clearance rack Walmart spaghetti top. But baby, why you didn't put your hair down? We're live, broadcasting around the world.
No nga.
Filipinos are beautiful when they put their hair down. When you put your hair up, that's why everybody in the neighborhood thinks you're the yaya. Folks, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. This is just a hangout video for anybody in America who's up in the wee hours of the morning, or for anybody on this side of the globe. We were just sitting here enjoying such beautiful weather, sitting outside. I mean, it's just a cool breeze coming through. And what we realize, if we sit right here in this little hallway, this little alleyway going to the door, it's like a wind tunnel. Yeah, it's free air conditioning. So I could sit out here for a long time and not sweat, where if I was up on the balcony, I'd be getting baked by the sun right now. Now let's see, Dirk Harris, how you doing? That's right, we're worldwide live, coming to you live from the Philippines. Nico, how are you?
Si Mr. Bin.
So step one of a live stream is to make sure you pushed all the buttons. Somebody give me an audio check. How's the audio? How's the video? It was actually pretty good. Then the sun started shining back there. Now it's a little bit backlit, but hey, life ain't perfect. Papa Smurf up in the house at New York City and FDNY checking in. Hope you're doing well. Folks, a lot of stuff going on in the world. I said, you know what? Let's just fire up a live stream and talk about what's going on in this crazy world. Okay, so Papa Smurf is saying audio and video is perfect. Thank you very much. It's always a challenge to get this stuff working.
Where's the button?
Let's see, where's my guitar? My guitar is at the ranch over in Thailand. Let's see, Robert checking in from Bataan. Beach of Life reporting, we're Lima Charlie. Okay, now John wants to know, how is Bam Bam your cousin? A lot of folks have asked that question. Hey David checking in from Cebu, and Mr. Gary, how are you, my friend? How's Bam Bam?
She's okay, but we're not chatting.
You haven't talked to her in a long time? The last time we saw Bam Bam was at the beauty contest, right?
Yes.
The beauty contest in the village. And I don't know if everybody realized it or not, but the MC, the master, it's called Master of Ceremonies, right? The MC was Bam Bam, right? Yeah. Bam Bam was rocking the mic on the beauty contest. That whole, hey Kyle, how are you? Hey Don, checking in from Seattle. She was the MC during that whole beauty contest. Let's see, Hyde, how are you? Maximus, checking in from Chicago.
Because the bad dream is waiting for you.
Yeah, I missed the bad dream, folks. I like firing up the bad dream.
What's the bad dream?
My motorbike, baby, my iron horse.
Ah, I don't know that.
My chariot. You rode on the bad dream before.
Oh yeah, of course.
I laugh, how are you? Just got done grilling a T-bone and some barbecue chicken. I could go for a T-bone steak right now, baby. Let's see, did we talk to Pia and Maddie? Hadn't heard nothing from them since they left here.
Yeah.
Let's see, and then Flo Flo says Bam Bam is no
I don't know
longer
that.
working at Jollibee and she's moved to a call center. Top James, how are you? See, Gregory checking in from Vegas. And we got Rokon checking in from Montana. Thank y'all for joining us on this just a hangout, talking about what's crazy in the world. Yeah, so Bam Bam's at the call center. But if you want to see her, I think she's in a lot of that footage, right? From the the beauty contest back in the village.
Yeah, I don't know that. I thought she's working. She's still working in Jollibee.
All right, so I laughed. Just bought a new Honda Goldwing last night. All right, that's awesome. Let's see. James checking in from San Diego, and we got Freeway Freddy Saigon on station. How's the weather over there in Saigon, my friend? Philip, how are you? Yeah, folks, this craziness going on in the world. Where do we begin? All kind of stuff going on in Iran, the Middle East. Just so much stuff going on. It's just a crazy world that we find ourselves living in these days. It's a crazy, changing, mostly confusing world. I don't even know where to begin to talk about it. You know what I mean? Got this stuff going on with Iran. Iran is hitting multiple countries over there. People are trying to go to the mall and just chaos. Where do we begin? Nobody's talking about the fact that Pakistan has basically declared open war on Afghanistan. They're over there fighting. Man. Let's see, Hyde. Okay, we got Himalayan checking in. How are you?
What did you?
And Philip, what do I make of Iran? I just did a video a couple weeks ago. I think it's entitled, Why Do You Really Care About Iran? It's back when the marketing is these people are protesting, the government is persecuting them, help is on the way, that part of the propaganda. And then you start using the words freedom and all that. And I'll just tell you what my point is on Iran. It's about the oil. Okay, there you go. Venezuela, about the oil. Iran is what, the fourth largest reserve? Venezuela is number one.
I don't know that topic.
So,
why
go do the math. Okay, it's all about the oil. We can sit here and talk about the politics, the particulars, the tactics, the who's in charge, who's not in charge. All that shit don't matter. It comes down to Venezuela is the biggest oil reserve. Okay, Iran is number 4, and then what's number 3? What is it? Russia, Canada. Anyhow, this is all about the oil. Let's see. King's Elbow checking in from Niagara. How are you, my friend?
Hello.
Let's see, JB Post, Martin. Let's see. And then we got Antelope Valley, California checking in. Yeah, Gregory, CCP still owes me some big money. I need to collect on that money. China, Xi Jinping for causing me to be locked up over there on that balcony and all the crap that we had to go through here. Saigon is warm, fresh, and overcast today. Man, it is warm, a little bit overcast, about the same here. Just with beautiful warm weather with a cool breeze. Hey, Singapore Dan checking in from Iowa. So we got worldwide comms spinning up. Niagara Falls. Let's see, Himalayan saying that Iranian people are celebrating all over the world. Okay, well, they're celebrating today, but what does tomorrow bring? Iraqis were celebrating, and celebrations usually don't last too long. Okay, who else we got? Creative Being. Yeah, the kids need a new pool. Once we get to the new location, we got to get them a new pool. Who dat? How are you? Hey, Kuya. Dallas on station. Man, we got folks checking in from everywhere. LA, Florida, Ohio. Got the UAE up in the house. So we got some reporters on the ground in the UAE right now. Ohio on station. Canada. Okay, the oil issue is to cut off oil sales to China. All right, so JB Post 52. All right, now we're thinking along the same lines. All right, number one, even number one, Iran is sitting on a ton of oil. At some point, you have to control it. Somebody has to control it. Whoever's in control of the oil is in a position of power. Don't believe me? Just go ask Rommel back there in World War II. Okay? Whoever had fuel, that's pretty much who was going to win. So, yeah, the U.S. wants to control and is going to control the oil in Venezuela and the oil in Iran. That's what's happening. Percentages, I was looking at something about the percentages of how much oil China gets from Iran and Venezuela. And if you start adding it up, like their seaborne coming in from the sea, I think it's like 15%, 20%, somewhere in there. If you add up the two countries, of course, they don't report exactly what they've really got coming in. So it's hard to say. What you need, babe? Baby, I'm trying to run an award-winning travel show right here. Don't spill any of that. I mean, the price of water is even going up here. Did the price of water go up to 35 pesos a jug?
Yeah.
We used to pay what, 20, 25?
30.
Okay, well, some places we've lived, we paid
25.
25 pesos for a jug of water. Now, if you can see those blue jugs, can you see those blue jugs in the doorway? It's like a fuel can, right? Size of water. I'm not exactly sure how many liters that is. So we used to pay 25 pesos for that water. Then it went up to 30. And if I'm not mistaken, we paid 35 for the last one, right? Inflation going up just to drink water here in the Philippines. West Virginia on station. Okay, so King's Elbow. Let's talk about OFWs. Obviously, there are a lot of OFWs working in the Middle East. How does this affect them? Obviously, it depends on which country they're in. See, South Alabama checking in. Folks, you would think that, okay, in a few days, in a week's time, Iran's ability to counterattack and to send missiles downrange
I don't have topic in here. Can I go?
Baby, you're just eye candy. You know, in a few days or a week's time, their ability to launch rockets into those countries should be over.
What time now? You can prepare first.
Okay, talking about the water, I don't trust them either. The water stations. And usually I'll use a water station and then at some point they'll burn me. And then I stop buying the water in the jugs and I just buy it from the grocery store. But it's expensive.
So expensive.
But this place here, knock on wood, we've gotten water from them for almost a year, and it's always been good, right? It's always been good tasting water. Matter of fact, the best tasting water. Hey Thomas, how you doing? Checking in from Florida. Hope you're doing well down in there in Florida. Hey Walter. Let's see, just looking through some of your comments here. Okay, so Hey Kuyas reporting they're still paying 20 pesos. Yeah, so out in the province, what have you, maybe 20, 25, but if I'm adding up my change right, it was 35 pesos.
In the village, the one that we used the water before is 3 for 50 pesos.
It was 3 for 50. So that's a little less than 20. Well, do I own a tester? No. But when my buddy Joe ran his water plant, he showed me everything that happens, everything that has to be changed, how much the electric bill is, and he was charging above average rates, and he said I'm going to have to raise the rates even more just to break even. And he showed me the testing, like from other places, and most places their water is not up to where it's supposed to be.
You need to wear the t-shirt,
and there's no way that it can be with the price that they sell it at. Does that make sense? They're selling it too cheap to even be able to break even and do what they're supposed to do. They're cutting corners. What are they doing? Not changing the filters, not maintaining the equipment. If you want good water, you got to pay for it. I don't mind paying extra. I just don't want to drink bad water.
How much the one?
Let's see. Yeah, I'm selling an advertisement on the back of her backpack, and I'll even sell advertising spots on her pockets too. You know, because you can see the pockets right below the backpack. Yeah, I got to set that up. If somebody wants to advertise, because you're getting hours and hours of airtime every month. We do so much walking, so many walking tours. You know,
20,
my gosh.
20 pesos blow jug in Bohol.
People have stared at a Fjallraven backpack for so many hours that Fjallraven should be sending us a check or at least some free gear. My goodness.
You need to wear your yellow t-shirt, though.
Melbourne checking in. Why do I need to wear a yellow t-shirt? All of my female viewers have requested that I don't wear a t-shirt. This is what they request that I wear. And I want all my female viewers out there in America to be happy when they come to my show. So, you know, throughout all the messages and requests, okay, now I'm not wearing a t-shirt. Let's see, hey V, let Big Pumpkin go do her thing. She's bored, not her vibes. Mr. Solo wants to advertise. All right, well, what kind of ad though? Just curious. What kind of ad do you want to put on the back of her backpack? Hey, Bunchy, checking in from New York.
Only get 10%. Wait, 5% na nakamarkos. 5% na nakamarkos. Not there. 10%.
Baby, I have no idea what you're talking about. What are you talking about? Let me get Maria out here to translate. I got no idea what she's talking about. Ow! So we sat down, Fatima said, what is your topic, right? Now, I don't write scripts here. I've never written a script.
No.
Most folks in this game, on this platform, they're writing a script and reading from a teleprompter. I've never written a script. Boom, a Himalayan coming off the top ropes of the octagon, and boom, look at that orange ball. I'm so proud of that. Look at that. And it's like cut out. I don't even know how I did that. I hit a button or something. Look at that, baby. Look how pretty that is. Did you see it? Did you see it? It flew in like this. She did some gymnastic moves and it did gymnastics on the way out. Old single dad created that right there.
Put it back, Jacob.
Oh man, I forgot again. It's set for like 10 seconds. I can't put it back.
Comment in there. Oh.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
No, down
No.
more. Oh, yan.
Oh, hold on. I can't put it back. I can't put it back. But I got to go in the settings. Here you go. If y'all missed that, focus in. You're going to see some gymnastics. Here we go. Boom, right there. Perfect 10. Off the high bar. Now watch, you're going to do some gymnastics on the way out too. Thank you very much, Himalayan. Thank you very much. You see, it's a cutout. Ah. That's too awesome. I just need to make it stay for about 10 seconds longer. Note to self, change that setting. Let me talk about something right now. Let me talk about AI.
Oh.
Several of the comments that have come through been talking about me using AI, and I don't know if they're just trolls or people being serious or what have you. So I want to clear this up right now while we're talking about that. I don't use AI, nor do I even know how to use any AI. Okay, so nothing here on this show has to do with AI. I don't know how to use it. I'm not interested in using it. For me, something generated by AI is like watching a video game, and I'm not interested in watching anybody play a video game. So I'm not interested in anything to do with AI. Boom! VK, did I say that right? Hey V, hold on, I'm gonna make this thing fly onto the screen. Here we go. Boom! Look at that. Thank you very much. That's just, I got the color just with the branding and the logo.
Can you change it, brand?
No, I like that color.
Can you put the red?
No.
Red is
No, I like that color. Thank you very much, V. So back to discussing the AI. Hey Mike, how you doing, man? Mike's still having problems with his wife and the basketball team. Mike, I hope you get everything worked out, man, but it doesn't look like things have changed. Yeah, so I don't know how to use AI, number one. Number two, I'm not interested in using AI. So I'll tell you the tools that I do use. Pretty simple. I use Final Cut Pro for my editing, which I've used that for over 10 years, 12 years. And I use Photoshop to basically just brighten up the photos, right? So if you notice, most of our thumbnails are just screenshots from the video because I always forget to take a thumbnail. You know, 2,300 videos later, I forget to take a thumbnail. I just pull the damn thumbnail off of somewhere inside the video. I put it over into Photoshop, brighten the thing up a little bit. You know, just a couple of little things, and that's the thumbnail. That's it. Now, if you consider Final Cut Pro or Photoshop AI, I mean, that's the tools I use. That's the tools I've been using for years. I mean, I guess if it were the year 1900, you would consider an Excel spreadsheet AI.
There's no water in my.
But no, that's all I use, folks. It goes from camera, Final Cut Pro, grab a screenshot into Photoshop. That's it. That's my workflow. I don't use anything else. I don't write scripts, so therefore I don't need any of that chat shit, whatever it's called, to help me write a script. I don't write scripts. I don't have a teleprompter. I don't know how to use a teleprompter, and I'm not interested in learning how to use a teleprompter. That's not what I do. Boom, that guy checking in from Honolulu. How's the weather in Honolulu? Benito checking in from Texas. Let's see. Anybody else? Willie, how you doing? Yeah, keep on being yourself, keeping it real. That's all I know how to do. And so I just found it funny that when these comments came in and emails, I got some emails that were like concerned. Hey man, don't be using AI. If people think you're using AI, they're gonna turn on you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bro, I don't even know how to use AI. I'm not interested in it, okay? I don't want anything to do with that video game shit. Not interested. But it's just funny how people will pick up on things. I mean, is there anything in any of our videos that would lead somebody to believe that? I mean, occasionally I'll put a filter on there, like sometimes I'll cartoon stuff, right? Say somebody's breasts are hanging out. Instead of blurring it or deleting the portion, I'll cartoon it, right? So it's hard to see. Stuff like that. That's just Final Cut Pro. That's just a filter. So anyhow, I'm gonna clear that shit up. Yeah, AI. Ain't interested. How about AIM? AIM. Ain't interested, mother. What? I'm not down with the video. With
Give me water, babe.
watching somebody play a fucking video game. But what's crazy is, you know, people on this platform making bank playing video games, and millions of people are watching them play video games. When I was a kid, I didn't want to watch you play a video game. I want to play the video game. I'm waiting for my turn. I want to play. I don't want to watch you play a video game.
No, I'm not using that way.
Okay, Himalayan says Fatima is using skin whitening cream.
No, this is natural.
Yeah, I don't think she's using any right now.
No.
Now look, I have caught her multiple times throughout the years. The last time I caught her, y'all saw it on the video. She was putting it on her face and she wasn't rubbing it in properly, and it looks like she had a sideburn. She had like streaks where she didn't properly apply the whitening cream.
This is not.
Now I knew right then she was smuggling some whitening cream in because she looked like Elvis. But no, right now I don't think she's using any whitening cream unless Filipinas are very self-conscious about their underarms. They're killy. Oh my God, her underarms are too dark. You need to put some cream. And I'm like, why do you care about an area of your body that nobody sees?
Can you look me
Lift it up. Let's see. What's the big deal? Why would you spend money whitening your underarms? But they do. Oh my gosh, her killies.
But water, babe. Get that in there.
Okay. Now look, this thing was a champion. I got this in the States at a thrift shop, right? Champion. Brought this along with about a dozen other water bottles from the States, right? Because the ones you buy here are just cheap, they fall apart. What happened? Where is the lid?
I don't know.
This water bottle should have lasted 100 years. But with a Filipino wife, it lasted less than a year. I mean, it's still going on, but there's no lid. Okay, how the hell do you lose the lid when it was attached. I mean, well, it's obviously broke and it's obviously missing. So out of all these water bottles, I bought over a dozen. There's one that's still hanging in there. That's the Zulu. The Zulu so far has not been torn up by this one. So let's see, Robot Ninja, the video where she was in the province and you threw away all her cream was hilarious. Man, I don't even know which one because there's been several. And what I do every now and then, I do a sweep. I mean, it's like I'm the working in a prison, and I go through and I toss cells. I toss everything, and I will find some of that whitening cream. I'll find magic syrup. Every now and then I'll find some bagaong hidden out in the ref, and I just trash all that stuff. I just toss it. I just throw it all out.
Yeah, I already finished.
What I used to do early on was take the whitening cream and pour it out, and then I'd put like water back in there or some regular lotion, you know what I mean? And it was just too much work. Now I just toss the stuff out. So if she spends money on that, she's got to be very crafty about where she hides it, or it's going in the trash. My girl messed up with the wrong cream under her armpits. It made them darker, and she was very embarrassed until it went away. You know, yeah, I mean, I don't know, understand it. We're not meant to understand it. You know, different cultures value different things. You know, I'll go out on the balcony, nothing on but my shorts. I'm out there getting some sun, my face in the sun, and everybody that walks by is like, that canoe's crazy. What's he doing out there? Everybody thinks we're crazy laying out getting a tan. It's just differences in culture. Let's see. Big dirt nap, never need AI, 100% real. That's right, my friend. I don't need AI. I'm not interested in it. Everything you get here, it's just in real life. IRL. Finally learned what that meant. In real life, baby. You can't call this a live stream anymore. I looked it up. What's the difference? How did we go from live stream to now you have to call it in real life? And I guess another platform started it, but basically, if you're broadcasting from your studio, that would be considered a live stream. But being that we're not in a studio, this is IRL, in real life. Or if you go out into the public, that's IRL. Okay, so the only cream you need is, oh yeah, you can read that, baby. Is that Maria calling? Huh? All right, we got Maria on the radio. They're up there.
Yes.
Okay, but that's a little bit loud. Why don't you go check on them, big
Wala
pumpkin?
na.
So the kids, where's the kids? Who's watching the kids?
Nahurot naman.
That's not Maria.
That's Maria. She's asking brownies.
Oh, she was requesting some more of my brownies.
Oh.
Folks,
na,
yesterday
Maria,
I made a batch of brownies right there in my pizza oven that turned out absolutely perfect. Matter of fact, do you have some of the brownies?
Wala na.
They're finished? Ah, we ate them all. It was a local brand of brownie mix that I didn't have high hopes for, but it turned out just perfect. Shout out to Doc M in Dubai. Man, I hope you're doing well over there. I guess a rocket hit a hotel over there. Hope you're doing well, hope you're safe. But yeah, I fired up that pizza oven yesterday and made the best brownies in the lodge. 3.2 quart cast iron combo cooker. It was delicious. Took about 35 minutes. About a 35-minute cook, but they turned out just wonderful. So I'm looking forward to baking some brownies for the Ciroc girls, baby. And they will get some of those brownies as long as they try my biscuits. Got a little opposition going on to these ladies taste testing my biscuits. And what it is they've never had biscuits like biscuits and gravy from America. So they're not used to that taste. It's absolutely foreign. What?
Your biscuit is... Ano ba yan? Brownish. Ano?
There's Doc M. How you doing? Give us a update, man. What's going on in Dubai? And our other friend is in Abu Dhabi. If y'all can give us some status updates. The purpose of this video is what's going on in this crazy world. Obviously, the U.S. is hitting Iran. Iran has hit back several of the countries over there. So yeah, Doc M, man, if you can give us a no shit, what's going on? A little sketchy, but nothing I can't handle. All right, well, that's good to hear. But I just saw a quick clip. I guess a hotel got hit by either the rocket or the debris from where it got downed. Let's see, Mike. Did I lose some weight? Good work. Yeah, man. I lost a ton of weight since I quit drinking. Feeling like an absolute champion. And I think the weight that I lost, Big Pumpkin found some of it. Baby, what I said was, I lost some weight, right? I lost it. And you found it. Now do you get it? Huh? No? Okay. Baby, I lost the weight, right? I lost the weight and then you found it. The weight went from me to you. I lost it, it was over there. You went and picked it up, now you have it. Yeah, so Big Pumpkin found my weight. I lost it, she found it.
No, I'm still
lost and found, baby. Okay, so when are we going to visit Big Pumpkin's province? I would say Christmas in the year 2032. Ow. Okay, let's see, update. There's been some drones that have hit here, both in Abu Dhabi and Dubai.
I need to rest, ma'am. I'm sleepy.
We're in the middle of a live stream, okay? How do you... there's no nap break during the middle of an award-winning travel show.
Because I don't relate. I don't relate what you guys...
You didn't relate to what? What's going on in the world, or the fact that I lost some weight and you found it? It's lost and found, baby. Come on. Chat GPT is so censored, and see, I don't know anything about that Chat GPT, but I think that's the website that your sister and all her friends use to do their school projects. Is that true? Maybe I should tell that.
I don't know.
Interceptors.
To find the answer. Okay.
Interceptors going off left and right here in Dubai. So thank you very much, Doc M, for that update.
My friend, Tagay, my friend. Tagay. Gami lang, Marcos, get the gym. Say gami lang, Marcos.
Let's see.
Gamay lang or get...
Hey, Squirrel World, how you doing? All right, no one's talking about Mexico. The cartels are killing people and burning the cities. That's the thing about it. There's so much going on in the world right now. What gets the attention? I mean, you went from the cartels, the U.S. hitting drug boats. You've got Pakistan and Afghanistan duking it out. U.S. goes down to Venezuela. We got shit, on a weekly basis over here in the West Philippine Sea. Now Iran. Where is there not something going on? You know what you haven't heard in the past few weeks is Ukraine. That's old news. What's going on over there? I mean, if you look at a map and the conflicts, could this not be considered a world war? I mean, how do you look at that map and see all this stuff and not say, what the hell is going on? let's see. Looking at a fire burn at Dubai port right now out the window. Okay, so Doc M on the ground, boots on the ground in Dubai, got eyes on a fire over at the port. Okay, boom, Himalayan coming off the top ropes for some funds for Fatima's whitening cream. Man, I don't want to have to throw $15 worth of cream into the basura. That's a banned substance here in the kingdom, my friend. Thank you very much. Mr. John says Fatima has lost weight.
Gain weight now?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree with Mr. John, the congressman from. I'm gonna have to disagree. She has definitely 100% gained weight. 100%. And the weight gain started when two things happened. When we come up here, I said, I'm not buying no rice. I'm not buying no rice cooker. We were eating meat, vegetables. She was slimming down, slimming down, slimming down. Okay, how do I know this? I snuggle with my hand on her stomach, right, at night. I spend many hours. I know that thing was getting smaller, 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 smaller. Then what happened? I bought that little tiny rice cooker. And the minute I bought that little tiny rice cooker, the orange light glows in the kitchen 24/7. Even though it's a small rice cooker, there's always an orange light on in the kitchen. And then the second thing, she started hanging out with the Syrup girls, and now her tummy has started going the other direction.
Oh, no,
like that.
Small lang only.
No, not small.
Small.
No. Let's see, Jim checking in from San Francisco. We got Freddie from Sweden.
Hello,
Yeah, there you go, Chris. Yeah, Pakistan's bombing Afghanistan. According to them, it's open war. Pakistan saying we're in an open war with Afghanistan. Where is there not a damn war going on right now? Let's see, if it's my time, it's my time. I lived a good life. I give my pen to my crew in case I croak. Yeah, man, we both think very similarly. I've had a good run. I've had a real good run. So if I went down right now, no regrets. North Carolina, hey Susan, how are you? Yeah, it's just another day. Just another day.
Too much rice and food powder.
Yeah, it's too much rice. It's too much rice, and then every morning, 5 days a week, they're in there cooking some type of Filipino food. Then they go snack, and then usually they're eating an ice cream cone. So she went from slimming down to back to getting bolused with rice, the carbohydrates, and this big huge breakfast that they cook, and then they hit the sorry store for ice cream or whatever snacks they're doing.
It's free. Ruby's buying is.
Got the Professor checking in from Koreatown. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hey Brian, how you doing? That's right. Talking about I love the big butts and I can't deny. That's true. Absolutely. Old hippie checking in. Got Chicago on station. New Zealand's on station, and boom, see happy. Let's see, for your boy Maria, I have a child with autism as well. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you very much. And did you see that baby, them gymnastics coming in there? I'm just proud of myself for figuring out how to change that thing. Thank you again very much, see happy. Yeah, Forrest G, he's upstairs with his sister, right? And he's got to the point where he's very comfortable sitting with Maria. Maria can handle him. Hey, Roy, South Carolina, how you doing? He's very comfortable sitting with her and hanging out with her, so they can go up and watch a movie or watch some videos, what have you, while me and Pumpkin, Big Pumpkin, handle some business, whatever that might be. But his favorite video, of course, he'll watch some things, he won't, but he has a favorite video. Should we tell him what his favorite video is? It's the video when we went to Malapascua Island, and it's like a 5 series. I think if you go on the homepage and go down to mini series, there's a playlist with our little day trip to Malapascua Island. And the last video was when we went to the beach and were swimming. Specifically, Maddie, Pia, and Flo. But he gets so excited, he's like jumping on the bed, just hooping and hollering. He loves to see Auntie Maddie over there swimming at the beach. So almost every night, he loves to watch that video. And it's like the 5th video on the Malapascua series if you're interested. But if you put that on, he is focused on the TV. You ain't got to worry about him. Only thing you got to worry about is sometimes he just gets a little wild jumping around, right? Hey, Richard, Cambodia in the house. Hey, the title of this video is What's Going On in This Crazy World? What did we see over in Cambodia? Thailand and Cambodia fighting it out over there on the border. So let's get our reporter, Richard, on the ground in Cambodia to give us an update about what is going on the border. Has it calmed down over there? Are they still trading barbs? Are they still laying landmines? What's going on between Thailand and Cambodia? See, that just totally slipped my mind. There's so much crazy stuff going on in the world right now. An old hippie checking in from South Chicago. Okay, so Steven has a message that was sent to his girl's brother in Dubai. Due to the current situation, a potential missile threats, seek immediate shelter in the closest secure buildings and steer away from windows, doors, and open areas. Await further instruction. So that's what the folks in Dubai are receiving on their cell phones. Thank you very much for that report. And also Doc M's reporting there's some type of fire over at the port.
Who's Jeannie?
Okay, Thomas says he's going to be selling his home in Florida and moving to Thailand. And yeah, man, we might run into one another over in Thailand. You'll love it, obviously. Thailand is paradise. Let's see, See Happy says, my boy is 20 and your son reminds me of my son when he was your son's age. You know, Forrest G has the school that he goes to. There's one older child in particular that it's just like looking at an older version of Forrest G. I mean, when I look at that child, I'm like, that's exactly like he is right now. Boom, the Brofessor coming off the top ropes. I have twins that are autistic, Kevin and Caitlin. It's not easy. I'll agree with you, man. It's there's nothing easy about it. Check, check, check. Check, check. Check, check. Okay, no audio. How about now? We got audio now? Google Squirrels ate my sound. Hold on a second. Ah, that thing went dead. Okay, folks, how's the audio now? Somebody give me a sound check. Sound check. We got audio. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Check, check. Baby, do you see the sound meter going like this?
No. Oh yeah.
All right, folks, I apologize for that technical glitch right there.
Or just back.
Old single dad, Steven Spielberg. I don't know how long I was talking. Okay, audio is good. Thank y'all very much.
We hear you now.
So basically, I got these older wireless mics, but they're the only ones that will allow my Sennheiser lapel mic to plug in and actually work.
Check.
But they're so old. They were a champion. They are a champion. These are old by Hollyland, but they're so old. I've worn them out. The batteries don't last as long as they used to.
No sound. Is that? Oh my God.
Okay. Well, he might be
Late.
later in the video.
Okay.
Okay. So again, my bad. I don't even know what we were talking about. We're talking about Doc M's reporting some interceptors going out right now, potentially intercepting an inbound rocket missile into the Dubai area.
Glasses so you can see the chat. Yes.
Marcos needs glasses so he can see the chat. I got some glasses, man, but I don't like wearing them, you know? When I put these glasses on, it makes me look like an old man, like Mr. Magoo. And if I sit back here, I can see the screen. All right, go check them out, Big Pumpkin. Hey, you just broke the antenna off the radio. Now leave the radio here, baby. Let Big Daddy fix it. All right, she broke the antenna off the radio. Maria's calling in, reporting that Forrest G is being a bit naughty, probably jumping on the bed too much, jumping on the mattress. So Big Pumpkin will deploy up there. All right, let me get down here. Let's see. Yeah, folks, like I said, I can see the chat from back here. However, the next laptop I buy, like this one's the 14-inch MacBook Pro, and it's a champion. And the good thing about the smaller laptop, it's easier to carry around. But if you're gonna be doing what I'm doing, the next laptop I buy, I'll get the biggest darn screen, the biggest 16-inch, 17-inch. I'm gonna get the biggest screen they got on a MacBook Pro, no doubt. See, you got Tarlac checking in. Bookham Dano, how are you? Let's see. I'm 53. I need seeing glasses and reading glasses. It sucks. Yeah, see, Happy. You know, my friend, shout out to you, buddy. We were actually in Alona Beach. I'll never forget it. We were in Alona Beach. My buddy Dan. I hope you're doing well, buddy. And we were sitting there at a restaurant, trying to read the menu, and he saw me squinting. And he looks over and he says, "Hey, you want to borrow these?" And I'm like, "Man, get them things away from me. I don't need them damn reading glasses." And he said, "Man, if you ever use these one time, you can never go back." And so I purposely just did not want anything to do with reading glasses. And it just got to the point where I couldn't see the screen. I broke down, I bought a pair of reading glasses, and it was like a miracle happened. I could read again, but I went so long with just refusing to admit that I needed some reading glasses. I couldn't see nothing. Well, now I can see again. Okay, somebody give me an audio check. Can y'all still hear the audio? I think everything is good again. just ran the battery down. All right, so Tucson is 93 today, Phoenix 95. Sounds like it's pretty warm over there. Yeah, if you can't hear on the video, just fast forward a few minutes and then it should be back up and running pretty good. Let's see, scroll back through here. All right, so yeah, so I sat down. I never write a script, and a lot of times I don't even have a topic. Yeah, believe it or not, I don't have a topic a lot of times until I sit down, point the camera at myself, get everything ready to go. I still don't have a topic, and maybe I open the laptop and within 15-20 seconds the topic grabs me, it pops into my head, that becomes the video. But like the biggest obstacle, and this is what I talk about, these gentlemen are coming by with a load of wood on a little cart. I should turn the camera around, but they've already passed by. Man, dude's out there pushing that load of firewood, not firewood, but just, anyhow. The biggest obstacle for me in this game, you're in a competition with yourself. I'm in a competition with myself and nobody else. And that's the way I look at this game, is that I'm in a competition to set this camera up and push that record button and look into that lens and start talking. Or I'm in a competition with myself to set up the live stream and nobody else. I'm not in a competition with anybody else but myself and pushing that record button or going live. And sometimes, and there's nobody to tell you to do so. It all has to come from within. And so sometimes when I don't have anything in my head to talk about, I'm like, man, just sit, get the gear sat up, push the record button and stare into that lens and something pops into your head. And it's a lot more difficult these days since I quit drinking. When I'm drinking, I got a million topics in my head. When I quit drinking, now it's a little bit more difficult. Anyhow, enough about that, but let's see, I'm a natural storyteller. Thank you very much. You know, my grandfather was a natural storyteller, and he never told short stories either. It was always a long story. It was always a very memorable story. As he got older, sometimes he would, tell the same stories again that he'd already told, and I just love listening to him, even if he told the same ones. He loved to tell long stories. So do we have anybody in Bahrain or Abu Dhabi or anywhere else over there that can give us a boots on the ground report? Boom! Luis Cabo coming off the top ropes of the octagon. I'm still pissed that you didn't give me a holler when you were in Seattle. Man, I just blew through Seattle like a gust of wind. I'm not sure which time you were talking about. If it's the last time, did I even spend the night there, or was I just connecting flights? I can't even remember. Man, my bad. I'd love to hook up with you, but I was just passing through, trying to get back over to this side of the world. So I hope you're doing well. I don't know if you're in Thailand right now, if you're in Pattaya, or if you're in Seattle. But again, thank you very much. We got King Luis Cabo in the house. Let's see. Yeah, so title of the video, what's going on in this crazy world? How did we get to this point? And I guess the real question is, where does it go from here? Where does it go from here? What does Iran look like in the next year, the next 5 years, the next 10 years? Does it start out like in Iraq, where everybody's celebrating about the fall of the current government, the current regime, however you want to term what their government is? They're celebrating that the government is down, and there's that honeymoon phase like we saw in Iraq, and then things don't go so well. Is that what's destined for Iran? Your guess is as good as mine. We got to sit back and wait and see. But I'll just tell a story about what somebody told me in Iraq, a local. They said, we're just talking about, hey man, how's life changed, since us gringos came in here. And this one guy, he said, there's a lot of changes. He said, before you Americans came here, he said, I could park my car on the street. I could leave the windows down, the doors open. I could leave my wallet on the seat for a week and nobody would touch it. He said, we never worried about theft, anything like that. And he said, since you Americans got here, I got to park the car inside the lot. You don't leave a car out on the street. Now, there was obviously a lot more to the conversation, but that's the one big point that it just hit me. Did life really change for the better? It's all debatable, and it's from whose perspective, which person you ask. Was daily life better? Did it become worse? I'm just telling you a story, what a local told me. He just said, man, before you guys come here, I could leave my wallet on the seat of the car. Nobody would touch it, ever. Now I got to park the car inside and lock the gate. That's what a local told me during a long conversation about it. So, yeah, so Himalayan says the Iranian people are already celebrating on the streets. So are the Iraqis. There's a honeymoon period, and then you'll have people fighting for power, fighting for control. Different factions, different warlords, what have you. Everybody starts fighting for control. Is that better or worse? So it goes from, now look, when I say law and order, whether you like Saddam Hussein or not, right? There was law and order in that sense, from exactly what the local was saying, telling us. Then once you took out that law and order, there was chaos. So is that what's destined for Iran? Now there's an article here. All right, let's see. I'm not going to watch your comments for just a second here. Let me just read a quick article. Okay, this article is about U.S. oil producers pledge to help stabilize Iran if regime falls. Now, this is a week or so ago. I pulled this up when I did that first Iran video. Let's see. American Petroleum Institute President Mike Summers indicated the industry is more open to helping in Iran than it has been with Venezuela. Okay. They're prepared to be a stabilizing force in Iran if the regime there falls, even as they remain skeptical about returning to Venezuela. This is good news for the Iranian people. They're taking freedom into their own hands. Anytime you hear the word freedom, that's bullshit propaganda. Okay, Mike Summers don't give a fuck about freedom. Okay, and back then it's talking about the mass protests and blah blah blah. That's part of the shaping people's opinions. Talking about the crackdowns, blah blah blah. Our industry is committed to being a stabilizing force in Iran if they decide to overturn the regime. It's an important oil play in the world, about the sixth largest producer now. They could absolutely do more, he said, of the country. Iran's oil industry, despite being ravaged by years of U.S. sanctions, is still considered to be structurally sound, unlike that of Venezuela's. Okay, so Venezuela is a mess. Iran's is not. In order for companies to return to Venezuela, they will need long-term investment certainty, operational security, rule of law, all of which are going to take significant time. And if we get those three big things right, there will be some investment going on in Venezuela. But what he's saying is that they can move into Iran pretty quickly. We would get a lot more oil a lot sooner than we will get out of Venezuela. That's more conventional oil right near infrastructure and gas as well. So they're obviously looking to get in there and take over the oil situation. It's a different situation than Venezuela. And whether that's right or wrong is very subjective. If they do move in there quickly, that may be the stabilizing force. All right, so yeah, he who controls the oil controls the world. That's just the way it is. Historically speaking, nothing is quick or easy in the Middle East. Yeah, exactly. Okay, going back through your comments here. Let's see, did Richard in Cambodia, did you give us an update on what's going on the border there between Thailand and Cambodia? If you did, I didn't see it, or maybe that you did when my audio went out and I was distracted. But obviously the focus in the media is on what's going on in Iran, and what's going on in the Ukraine has taken a back seat. Venezuela is yesterday's news. Cambodia versus Thailand is old news. Pakistan declaring open war on Afghanistan barely got any news coverage. What's going on out here in the South China Sea, the West Philippine Sea, rarely gets any coverage in the U.S. The only thing I've seen recently is that I guess last week some lawmakers went out there to visit one of the disputed islands, and as they were landing, their cell phones received a text message that said welcome to China, and they're landing on an island in the Philippines. So problems obviously ongoing out there. Okay, if somebody can put it across the screen, how many folks are here now and how many thumbs ups do we have? And if you don't mind, if you could hit that thumbs up or thumbs down, either way. If you will click that for us, it'll help out with the Google squirrels who control everything about this game. If you control the world's oil, you're in control. But here on the internet, if you knew the secret to Google's algorithm, my goodness, you would be in control of a lot of things. So I've got 136. Yeah, see, happy. Yeah, Pakistan and Afghanistan are added as well. The last article I wrote, the last thing I read before I fired up this stream is that in Kabul, they were firing at aircraft overhead. I don't know how true that is, but supposedly they were firing at aircraft, Pakistani aircraft over Kabul. That's what it said. I don't know if that's true or not. But that's what's going on there. This group of people that just got shot up going down to Cuba in the speedboat from Florida. I'm not tracking on all of that. All I know, I think it was 10 dudes show up about a mile off the coast of Cuba. And the article I read is that they attempted to go down there in 2 boats and one broke down, so they all transferred to one boat. They were about a mile off the coast when the Cuban Coast Guard approached them, and which that's their job, not out of the ordinary. And the Kuyas in the boat opened fire on the Coast Guard, which was a bad idea. I think the captain of the Coast Guard ship got hit. They returned fire, and it was a bad day for the folks coming down from Florida. And of course, they're displaying all the gear, all the stuff that they had. Who knows what's going to come out of that? But again, where in the world right now is there not something going on? Where is there not something going on? And you know, the fact that Iran has hit all those other countries, that's exactly what the U.S. wanted them to do. Because now anybody who was on the fence, they're like, hey, you know what the hell? Why are you hitting us? Now everybody's on the same sheet of music. Iran bad, end of story. So by them hitting those bases and hitting those other countries, they did exactly what the U.S. needed them to do. You know what I mean? If you were thinking about being neutral before or feeling sorry for the Iranians and then they launch rockets at you, nobody feels sorry for them anymore. Okay, so yeah, China is building islands. Yeah, the last article I wrote, I guess they're suspecting that they're about to build, or they're starting a project on another one. And I think that one was closer up to Vietnam. It's hard to keep up with, folks. It's hard to keep up with. And so, what do you do? What do you do in this crazy, changing, confusing world that we find ourselves in? And I've told this story many times. If you're a normal viewer, you've heard it before. But in Thailand, many years ago, I guess the gentleman was in his 80s, 80-year-old American retired expat. And we went out to dinner with him, and he had went and was a monk for 6 months. And it was just him, another monk. They were out in the jungle somewhere, had no comms, no internet. The only time he left there was to go re-up his visa, right? He went straight back. So he spent 6 months out of communication, in the robes, as they say. So he's telling us about our experience during dinner. And the question was asked, well, what did you learn? You spent 6 months out in the jungle at this little temple, just you and the monk. And he said, well, I came back, sat down with the computer, caught up on what I had missed for 6 months. And after it was over, I come to the conclusion that I was wasting my time watching the news. He said, I no longer watch the news, I don't read the news, I don't give a shit. Because he said everything that I had missed over the past 6 months, I had no control over. Nobody was asking me for my opinion. Nobody gave a shit about my opinion. And there was nothing that happened in my absence that I could affect. So he said, what came out of it is I no longer watch the news, listen to the news, read the news, don't give a shit. He said the only thing I care about is, does my pension check and my Social Security check get deposited once a month? Okay, I'm obviously concerned about that. But he said if those checks stop coming, it means something has happened that's beyond my control anyhow. I just gotta survive where I'm at. And I said, you know what? The dude is right. He's absolutely right. There's nothing, just like he said, there was nothing that happened that he could control. Yeah, you can vote. Okay, yeah, you can vote. But from an 80-year-old's perspective, there's just nothing worth me keeping up with because I can't affect it. I can't affect the change of all these events. So the U.S. is hitting Iran right now. Is there anybody here, including myself, if we oppose that, if you did oppose it, right? Is there anything you can do to stop it? Not at our level. Not at our level. There's people in Congress that want to oppose it, that try to oppose it. So, folks like us, why is it even worth keeping up with? Especially if you're retired, especially if you're an expat, why sit there and watch the news? Why get your blood pressure up? There's nothing you can do about it. Just like this gentleman said. That's what he learned, and that's what I learned from the conversation with him. I already, when I left the US, I wasn't watching the news. I don't watch the news. What I like to do is just read the titles of articles. So I'll pull up 5 to 10 different news sites. I just read some titles, and I might pick one from each site that I read the first paragraph of. So I know what's going on in the world, but I'm not glued to Fox News. I walk into a place and there's Fox News or CNN or anything up on the screen at a bar or restaurant, I'm out of there. I don't want to listen to that. Because if I truly wanted to affect change, I'd be over in America running for Congress or running for the Senate or something, governor, and then trying to affect change from within. That's the way I look at it. All right, Chris is saying a port in the UAE currently on fire. So is that the port in Dubai that Doc M was reporting? So let's go back to our real life reporters here who got boots on the ground over in the UAE.
You get 500.
Does that say 500 or 50? What is that?
500. 519.
Where is that? Yeah, but I don't think that's, is that 500 viewers? The 500 thumbs up, baby.
No, it's the likes is 89. The dislike is 2.
Okay. Thank you very much, baby, for your input. Now I'm twice as confused as I was. the numbers to this. Baby, easy. My gosh. I'm about to fill out a CA1. Get injured on my own IRL stream here. Okay.
What's the all? Oh, all.
Have you cooked grits with cheese, eggs, and bacon for breakfast yet?
What's grits?
I'm Filipina, but I got hooked on that kind of breakfast. Fatima will say the grits is lugao. Okay, now yes, we cooked lugao down when we were living down in your hometown, right? You and Calamansi got some lugao and cooked it. Now, I don't think we put any cheese in there, did we? Did we put cheese in there? Yeah, she's not big on cheese. Obviously, I'm big on cheese, eggs, and bacon and grits. But they did make some pretty good grits, but they weren't down with putting cheese in there. Let's see. Hey, Eddie, how you doing? Take your sunglasses off, Mary. Nah, I like them. Hey, Todd, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Drastic measures need to happen to turn around the evil in the world.
I'm going to cook naman ito, sir.
That's absolutely true. I mean, desperate times call for desperate measures. And sometimes it takes a gangster to be able to make those decisions. So if you just look at things from just the big picture and you say, all right, the last person who's got oil is going to be the winner. Look at World War II, right? The Germans learned the hard way. If you run out of fuel, you're going to lose. So do you want to be the last country with oil, or do you want to be one of those countries that run out of oil before the others? Well, I think we would all agree we want our country to be the last man standing with oil or in control of the oil. So Venezuela, do you want to screw around till the Chinese get strong enough to go down there in the same hemisphere as the US and take over the largest oil reserve on planet Earth? Do we want to let the Chinese do that? No, we certainly do not. Do you want to let them take over Iran? The fourth, if I'm not mistaken, it's the fourth, right? Largest oil reserve. No, you don't. So whether it's popular, if you look at it in that sense, you obviously want to be on the winning team and you want to be in control of those oil reserves. As ugly as it may sound or it may be. Which team you want to be on? Let's see. King Joseph, how are you, my friend? Keeping up with the Gibbies. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Hey, Kenny and Subic, how are you? Yeah, what a time to be alive. You know, back in the 80s, you know, growing up in the 80s, our fear was the Soviet Union. I don't know about y'all, but growing up in Texas, we used to do, I'm from Mississippi, but as a kid we moved to Texas and we did nuclear war drills. You know, used to get underneath your desk and put your head between your legs, and looking back, it was pretty silly. It's not gonna protect you from a nuclear blast. It was scary. I mean, we were scared back then, scared of nuclear war with the Soviet Union. That was the threat, right? Now, you had Iran going on back there, so early on, as a child, Iran was evil. Didn't really understand why. You knew the hostage situation. Back then, as a child, you didn't understand the big picture. You just understand what you were fed. So you're scared to death of the Soviet Union and nuclear war. Iran is bad. And then what happened to the Soviet Union like 10 years later? It breaks apart. And I talk about, like in 1980, if you stood on the street corner and said, hey, in a decade, the Soviet Union will fall apart, people would have thought you were crazy. It just wasn't fathomable. It just wasn't possible, right? But it did. And then when the Soviet Union fell apart, did the world become safer, more stable? It seems that the exact opposite has happened. It became much less stable. Because back then it was like just the US versus the Soviet Union. As long as those two maintained peace, everything else was just small skirmishes. So has the world gotten better? It seems to have gotten more crazy, more unpredictable, and very confusing compared to when we were kids back in the 80s. Let's see. Hey, Annabelle, how are you? Watching Trump 2026 has been exciting. Last year was great too. Certainly has not been dull. Photo Dave, how you doing? Got Jacksonville on station. Yeah, so, it used to just be us and Russia. Now you got China coming in. Which for me, the CCP is the world's enemy. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not saying I'm right about everything, but you see what they're doing out here in the West Philippine Sea. Just draw a line like this. Oh, that's ours. The 9 line, I call it the limp dick line, because if you look at it on a map, it looks like a little limp dick. So you just draw the line on the map, all this shit's ours. What that says, is that any different than the U.S. going to Venezuela or the U.S. going to Iran or what have you? I guess us humans are just always going to fight over resources. We're just always going to fight over resources. All right, got Munchie with all this political stuff for the past year. I feel more comfortable with actions taken now than I felt the past 4 years under Biden. At least we know who's in charge and not some puppet on the stage. I agree with you. I think the scariest part was, we had no idea who was in charge of the country. It certainly wasn't this old man with Alzheimer's. We had no idea who was in control. And that's scary. It's like being on a ship and not knowing if there's anybody at the helm, who's driving the damn boat, the captain is missing or drunk or what have you. You don't know what's going on. That was scary. At least now you know exactly who's in charge. You know who's in charge, you know what their agenda is, whether you like it or not. It's less scary than 4 years of who's in control of the nuclear football. We had no idea. No freaking clue. Because if something truly went down, that old Alzheimer's patient is not pulling out his card and giving you his codes. So who had the codes? We don't know. Boom, just doing stuff off the top ropes. Let's see, one thing will make people get right: the fear of who's next. This coddling mentality has got us where we are. talking only goes so far. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. It's just, there's the way the world should be, and there's the way it is. And just, who's going to be the biggest gangster? That's who's in charge. Okay, so here in America, it's worrisome to me that a lot of Muslims are holding high positions. My mayor, or New York mayor, also the mayor of Seattle, both Muslim. Has anybody seen that movie? It's a comedy. What do they call that? Satire? Is it called The Next Civil War or The Second Civil War? And it's, I may totally mess it up, but the plot is they're going to relocate, the federal government is going to relocate some immigrants to a town out west. It's either Wyoming or Montana, and they're going to try to block it. So the governor out there who's going to block this, but he's secretly in love with a Mexican girl. And it's a comedy, right? But what's crazy about it is that it shows like all these areas in America that are controlled by different nationalities. And I don't know, it's a 20-year-old movie, 25-year-old movie. It's either called The Second Civil War or The Next Civil War. It's like a Naked Gun type movie, right? That type of movie. And I don't hear many people talk about it. But if you get a chance, sit down and watch that. And it's sort of like a prediction of what is going on in America. You know, you go to certain areas of America, it's like you stepped into a different country. And that's what the movie, you know, 20, 25-year-old movie, maybe somewhere in there, that's what the movie's about. So if you want to watch a good movie, watch it. Somebody put it on the screen if you don't mind researching it. Second Civil War, the Next Civil War. You got a dude across the street over there. What's he getting? He getting mangoes? What's he getting off the tree, baby?
It's the. Did you see the
Got a tree
malunggay? No,
the malunggay. Stop and get malunggay.
No, the seed of the.
So you got this mango tree across the street, right? No, it's not bearing fruit yet. But several of the trees around here are about to, they've got mangoes all over them. But people will come by, you know, nobody owns the tree, it's an empty lot. But they will come by and get some mangoes, and they'll give her some because they're not sure if she's the owner or not, so she gets a free mango tax. But he's just over there getting malunggay, them little leaves. Okay, let's see. Have I seen the movie Idiocracy? I don't know if we've seen that. Let's see. Kyriako Stamoulis. How are you, my friend? The reason you're in the PI is your country is shit. And your government caused 90% of the evil around the globe. But it doesn't change how I feel about you. Much love, brother from Australia. Thank you very much for the comment, my friend. Folks, I value everybody's opinion on here. Good, bad, ugly, disagree, agree. I love everybody to hear from everybody. Okay, so is that a legitimate argument that the U.S. causes 90% of, if you take out the word evil and just say conflict, right? Does the U.S. cause 90% of the conflict around the world? That could be a valid argument. Why do you want to keep a country like Venezuela unstable? Because you don't want the country who has these oil riches from developing it on their own and being able to defend that on their own. You obviously want to keep that destabilized where you can control it. You don't want all these oil producing countries to be able to tell you what to do. Keep them destabilized intentionally. Let's see. Greetings from Melbourne. How are you, my friend? Thanks for checking in. Let's see. I laugh. Oh, you're talking about that one movie. Yeah. So I don't guess anybody's seen that movie I'm talking about. The Second Civil War or the next Civil War. Let's see. Thought Trump was different. I was wrong. Well, politicians have politicians ever told the truth? How do you know a politician is lying? His lips are moving, right?
Wait, I'm going to cook naman kita sa.
No, baby, we're in the middle of a world famous.
It's already 3, oh.
Baby, it's 3 o'clock. You wait till 4. All right. Okay. Here's the thing. You know, I use a lot of movies and or shows to illustrate points because it puts people on the same sheet of music, right? So you remember on Yellowstone when the governor of Montana, I don't remember her name, but she's talking to Jamie, and she says, running for office is totally different than holding the office or running the office. Running for office is absolute. If you don't win, you're a loser. Okay? That is a totally different game than trying to hold the office for 4 years. Okay. So since when has anybody really told the truth while they're campaigning for an office? It's not in their best interest to tell the truth when it's, if I don't win, you lose. There's no second place. There's no difference between second place and 90th place. There's only one winner. It's the person who wins and gets elected. So you have to, you know, whether we like it or not, the fact that that these politicians lie to us, they've got to say and do whatever they have to do to get elected. Then they can sit back and figure out how they're going to conduct themselves, what decisions they're going to make. But if they don't get elected, they don't have, you got nothing. Just go home. You don't get to go to the White House. You get to go home. You don't get to go to the governor's mansion. You go home. So when has a politician ever told the truth, especially when they're campaigning? Not never. Not never. Let's see. Yeah, second place is the first loser. Absolutely. All right, SRI. All right, airborne. What's she saying?
She's hungered out.
She's hungry? All right, Maria's calling in saying she's hungry. Paradise Twice is asking, why am I wearing coveralls in the tropics? Well, this is my chef's apron, my tropical chef's apron. These ain't coveralls. This is just my apron, which is mostly my uniform these days. Pair of shorts, and when I get ready to cook or it's time for action, I got my apron ready to go. There you go. Thank you very much for inquiring. Summer of '72. I don't think America causes 90% of the conflict. They may get involved in 90% of the conflict. All right, there's another way to look at it. All right, AICS. Trump does what he says and has done one hell of a job turning all the bad in the USA around. It won't happen overnight, but it is going in the right direction. Okay, I will agree. The country was failing. It was absolutely failing and being driven into the ground by whoever was up there not even steering the ship. So whether you like DJT or you don't, at least there's somebody in charge. That's a 100% improvement over the previous 4 years. There's somebody in charge. There's somebody not afraid to say, hey, let's put America first, because every other country on the globe puts their country first.
Before she's crying.
So.
Hey, I'm going to cook na.
Okay, well go check them out first, baby. Go check them out.
I'm going to cook. Be hungry.
Okay, well check them out. Check them out first. All right, so Forrest G's hollering up there. She's got to go up there and check on the children. Yeah, so the U.S. was in trouble. And it's not exactly out of the woods yet, I don't think. But at least somebody is making their best effort to correct some serious problems. Are they all pretty? No, they're not going to be. Is everybody going to agree with all the decisions? Of course not. But desperate times call for desperate measures. Okay, let's see. Chef's apron, but no shirt on. That's right. Reason for it, because most of my female viewers have sent me requests and requested that I do not wear a t-shirt. They like this look. This is why they tune in. And I want to give them exactly what they're looking for. Okay? All right. Yeah, Gordon Ramsay, he ain't got nothing on me. All right, Trump will go down in history as the best president. He's put 90% of the world in check. Trump isn't perfect, but he was by far the best choice we had. He's having to clean up 4 years of terrible decisions by the last guy. It's all about who's going to be the biggest gangster. I mean, if you look at I look at governments the same way I look at a mafia crime family in New York. Governments in a certain country are just the biggest crime family. So if you look at governments like that and take out all the patriotism and oh yes sir, all that bullshit, right? They're just the biggest warlords in that country, in that area. They're the biggest crime family. And you got to be the biggest gangster. And that's what Trump is doing, whether people like it or not. That's how you have to deal with tough decisions. Running the country is not pretty. All right, let's see. Yeah, DJT, he means business. And folks, again, you know, do I agree with all the decisions and all the methods? No, I got different opinions about how to handle certain things. But we're a hell of a lot, when I say we, the U.S. is a hell of a lot better off than the 4 previous years. And what the Democratic Party, from what I see, they've just turned into a group of absolute lunatics, where it used to not be like that. Okay, I don't know if y'all know or remember the motivational speaker Zig Ziglar. All right, he was explaining one time the difference between Democrats and the Republicans, and maybe he took this from somebody else. I just remember listening to one of his speeches, and he was talking about it. He said, your mother is like a Democrat, right? Where if a group of people are outside or they're passing by or whatever, and she goes out there and she's motherly and she says, you know, hey, everybody come on in and get something to eat. Come on in, let's get something to eat. And so next thing you know, mom's brought, 20 strangers inside the house and gonna feed everybody. That's the Democrats. And then old dad's over there standing in the back of the kitchen saying, how in the hell are we gonna pay for all this? You know what I mean? I only had an extra $20 after buying groceries. We're almost out already. How are we gonna feed all these people and then buy groceries for ourselves next week? And that's how he explained the Democrats versus the Republicans. Mother's the Democrat. Y'all come on in and get something to eat. Father's the Republican. How the hell are we gonna pay for all this? And I think that's how it used to be. And now you've just got a collection of just absolute fucking nutcases. Just absolute fucking nutcases, period. Full stop. A nutcase cannot make sound decisions. They don't want to be on anybody's team. They don't want to be on the winning team. They don't want to be on nobody's team. What they do makes no freaking sense. It's just a collection of nutcases. And it wasn't like that when I was a child growing up. You just had the differences. And now you have a collection of nutcases. So it's not the same as it used to be. That's my opinion. Okay, so let me go through some comments here. Yeah, I don't think anybody's laughing at the U.S. right now. They're definitely not laughing. For 4 years, everybody was laughing. I mean, my goodness. And look, folks, I'm not blaming Joe Biden. It's 100% elder abuse. What happened for 4 years? There should be people charged over that. Absolutely. It was just 4 years of elder abuse, propping this old man up like Weekend at Bernie's. It was embarrassing for everybody. I felt sorry for him. I still feel sorry for him. Just propping up this old man who's not right in his mind. That don't sit well with me. So his name and his face is the brand of all that bullshit. But he's a victim in it. His earlier years, okay, whatever decisions he made when he was in his right mind, but you don't prop a grandpa up there with Alzheimer's for the world to make fun of. And we did that. We allowed that for 4 years. It was absolutely embarrassing. Anyhow, enough of that. There's a fly on my shoulder. Thank you very much. So folks, where do you begin when you start talking about the world's problems, this crazy world? we could sit here and just go from country to country and talk about the problems. But it's like my 80-year-old buddy said, I don't watch the news anymore, don't care, because nothing I say, think, or do is going to affect anything, especially at my age. At his stage in life, he just don't care, don't watch the news anymore, don't give a shit. So everything that I looked at online about what's going on with Iran right now, what can I do? I can talk about it, I can take a position. It's not going to affect any operations that they're going to do. It's already planned out, it's already in motion. Nobody consulted me, nobody gives a shit. So what should old single dad focus on? I should focus on making another great batch of them brownies over there for the Syriac girls tomorrow. There's just one problem, ladies, if you're watching. I don't got no brownie mix. I got to go to the store and try to find that same brownie mix because I got it down pat. It was so delicious, so perfect. I know exactly the timing, the temperature. Great brownies. I'm absolutely just proud of them brownies. All right, let me go back to your comments here. Let's see, Trump knows his pronouns. And you know what, folks, I'm not in America, so I don't live through that pronoun bullshit. I don't know if it's still going on. Maybe I get this video banned by saying pronoun bullshit. I don't know about all that. I've missed so many movements and things I can't say, and you miss that by not being there. And the rest of the world, we don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Is that still going on? I have no idea. My buddy was talking about people put that in their email, that shit, what do they call that? The big blob of information you put below your signature line. People were putting that in there. I missed all that. Let's see. Okay, the Democrats just proved they don't care about us Americans at the State of the Union when asked to stand if you support Americans over illegals. Yeah, I didn't watch that. I guess I should. I never watch those things. But like I said, they're just a group of lunatics. And I'm not saying that, I'm saying when I was a kid, they weren't like that. It was just differing opinions, different, mother, everybody come on in and get something to eat. Dad, how are we going to pay for this? But nowadays, I'm pretty confident in saying it's a collection of just nutcases. There you go. Okay, Kuya Steve says Iranians were on the streets of London cheering and thanking the U.S. and Israel. Let's just see how long that celebration goes on before, and maybe it don't, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's a different story than Iraq. But there was that celebration, that honeymoon phase, and then people weren't so happy. And we saw how that played out. Exactly, it was Weekend at Bernie's here for 4 years. All these scams that are now being exposed were set up. Borders were open, and yeah, it was an absolute mess. Absolute mess. Hey, John Man, checking in from Oregon. How are you? And C Happy's in Oregon as well. Let's see, Mr. Sky says, I didn't miss anything important. Yeah, folks, it's, I'm really an outsider looking in. I'm like a 15-year caveman. I'm more of an outsider looking in because my perspective is from a long time ago, and I haven't been there through these movements or through what I can and can't say. So a lot of things and a lot of my opinions, are they skewed? Well, they're skewed because I'm coming from a perspective of 15 years ago when I did live in America. Let's see how many people go to the U.S. for the World Cup in June. Hey Lanny, how are you? See how much I know. I didn't know the World Cup was coming up in June or if it was going to be in the USA. Is that accurate information? I don't watch sports anymore. I used to watch UFC. I don't even watch that anymore. And as we're talking, there's a Black Hawk coming out of Clark, flying southbound direction of Manila. Get to watch military aircraft from time to time being close to Clark over here. Let's see, John, man, drop into the girls from the village. They're doing well. That's good to hear. That's good to hear that everybody down there is doing well in her hometown. And speaking of that, like I said, we're on about a 2-month clock, 2-month short clock to displace out of this location. Still not exactly sure where we're headed to. We just know in 2 months we're out of here. Ready for the next adventure, ready to write the next chapter. Let's see, where that's going to be, not real sure right now. Okay, so Maria's hungry.
Yeah, he's crying.
Forrest G's upset. He's hungry? Huh? Yeah, maybe I need to shut her down, take a walk to the sorry store, baby.
I'm going to cook.
You're going to cook?
Huh.
What you going to cook?
Yun sa pa chicken.
What?
Chicken.
If anybody understood what she just said, let me know.
Chicken.
Okay, I heard chicken. You're going to cook chicken. With what? What's going with the chicken?
Smoked baby potato.
All right, I'll take chicken, baby potatoes. Just don't say rice. Just don't say rice.
For us.
Let's see, full auto. How's the weather there? It is absolutely gorgeous.
I'm going to cook na.
It has been a partly cloudy, sunny day with a cool breeze. It is warming up here. It is warming up over, the past couple months. It started to warm up. But it's still cool at night. It's just gorgeous weather here in the Philippines.
Magandang hapon, Sad.
Speak up, baby. Go ahead. What?
I said magandang hapon. Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, my friend. Good afternoon.
Extra rice, of course.
Yeah, there's no need for the rice tonight,
I'm going
baby.
to cook
Just
na.
cook the potato.
They're hungry.
All right, well, just stay with me. Let's just shut the stream down. Folks, I want to say thank you very much for hanging out, just having a discussion. What's going on in this crazy world? Your guess is as good as mine. Maybe the world has always been this crazy, and as a child you're shielded from most of it, and then when you're a young adult, in your teens, you don't give a shit, you don't pay attention to it. In your 20s, you're still partying, trying to figure out, still trying to find yourself. And then when do we really start paying attention to what's going on? I don't know, maybe when we hit 30. So maybe the world has always been this absolute batshit crazy, and we just didn't pay close enough attention to it. I mean, I'm 50. How old am I, babe? 51 years old.
Yeah.
Huh? How old am I?
53.
Whatever, 53.
Even your age, you don't know.
I personally think that I'll say this and then I'll shut it down. I don't think anybody should be able to be in politics unless they're 50 years old. You have to be at least 50 years old before you run for any office. That's personally what I think. Because it's taken me till about 50 years old to really figure out how the world works, and I still feel like I'm a novice. But I can tell you this, that any of these elected officials that are younger than that don't know shit, and they got no business making big decisions. These students protesting at these colleges need to shut the fuck up, because they know nothing about the ways of the world. Matter of fact, shut the fuck up all through your 20s and just listen. Okay? Throughout your 30s, maybe you start going to some meetings and taking notes. And maybe in your 40s, you start putting a little input, realizing you don't know shit until you hit 50. So I don't think you should be able to run for any office or hold any office in my home country of the United States of America until you are 50 fucking years old. That's what I truly believe. If you're younger than that, I don't want to listen to you. You got nothing for me. You just don't. You just don't know shit. You're going off of theory and what you've read in books, and you're not basing it off of experience. You're going off of training and theory, what you saw in the movies, not real life experience. I think that's a big problem. But I've also said in the past too that I don't think you should be a teacher unless you're 50 years old. And it's almost like this. Man, I did a video about this before. Maybe I've talked about this many times, but
I thought you were ready to sign off.
it's like when you turn 50, no matter where you're at in life, you have a civic duty, like you're drafted at 50 years old. Between 50 to 60, you have to pick one of these two routes. You either have to be a school teacher or you have to be a politician for 10 years of your life. Once you hit 50, which way do you want to go? It's your civic duty to be a teacher or a politician. And then once you hit 60, okay, now you're free to go back to do whatever the hell you want to do. You want to keep teaching? You want to go back to running your corporation? Do you want to continue in politics? Maybe the cutoff is 65, or just say the cutoff is 60. You got a 10-year run because you're still in your right mind, right? We're all spry. Some of us are in our right minds till 70. Some people ain't. But nobody should be teaching our youngsters unless you're 50 years old, and nobody should be holding a public office, managing a country or a city or anything. The public's money and their welfare, their livelihoods, managing this, unless you're 50 years old. That's what I think. I think that should be a mandate, just like the new calling. Hey man, I'm turning 50 next year. What you gonna do? Fuck man, I don't want to go into politics. I reckon I'm gonna teach college. All right man, got a 10-year run, civic duty. And everybody younger than 50 needs to shut the fuck up. Because you don't know shit. You don't know shit about the real world. You know shit about life. All these kids in these colleges running their trap is just comical. They know nothing. Their professors who are in their 20s and 30s know nothing. If you want to teach younger than 50, okay, teach math. It's pretty hard to screw that up. You're either right or wrong, right? Math, numbers don't lie. Okay, so I'll give you that. You want to teach math less than 50? Okay, that's a good idea. But history, English, politics, ways of the world, social studies, you got to be 50 or you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Uy!
What?
No, I'm sorry,
I'm trying to figure out world politics here, solve the problems in the United States of America here.
My tummy's hungry. The kids are hungry. My gosh. Politics.
What do you think, baby? What do you think about the craziness going on in the world right now? Huh?
I don't know. God. Tomorrow I heard that in politics because the syrup talking about politics. I heard you politics.
So the Syrup girls, they talk about politics, right?
All day, 3 hours.
So they like to talk politics.
Oh.
That's where you learn your politics. Yeah. Yes.
God. Oh.
Well, that's good. That's good that you're learning from the Syrup girls. Yeah, when a Filipino is hungry, they don't care. They don't care about nothing. You could be pouring concrete. If they get hungry, they will leave the pour. They'll go eat, come back. That shit will be set up. They don't care. They don't care at all. Yeah, Chris, what's going on with the teachers? From what I hear and read in America, it's just more absolute insanity. Just insanity. Yeah, big pumpkin. I take a lot of. I take a lot of. I don't want to say battle damage, but she is kind of rough on old single dad. Y'all noticed that, even on the show, on the live streams. Easy, baby, easy. I'm going to have to fill out a CA1 here on my show. File a workman's comp claim. Oh shit, my neck's hurting. All right, folks. I want to say thanks for joining us on this hangout video. I hope you're doing well wherever you're at on this beautiful planet that we call the Earth. Even though it's a crazy place, at times a violent place, it's still a beautiful place. If you're listening to my voice, you're still alive. I'm still alive. I'm glad to have another day being upright on this planet. My heart goes out to everybody who is affected by what's going on over in the Middle East, especially the innocent folks just trying to live their life and raise their kids, and you know, next thing you know, you're caught up in it and somebody gets hurt or killed. So my heart goes out to everybody. I can't save the world. I tried, it just don't work. You know, life ain't easy. And again, my heart goes out to everybody over there. So right now I gotta go take care of my own kids while Big Pumpkin cooks up some delicious chicken and potatoes tonight. I'm gonna let her cook tonight since I cooked yesterday. I you know, in 2 months, Big Pumpkin, there's no more cooking. You're not cooking anymore. I'm taking back over all the cooking operations. You know, give you a little bit more time, a little bit more rest, give you some better nutrition. I'm taking back over all the cooking operations. I want to appreciate your service over the past year, the 2 years down in Cebu that you did Filipino
Lord.
cooking. Okay, but once we leave this location, old single dad will go back to cooking American food, Italian food, Mexican food, biscuits and gravy.
Where you cook 2 times? Biscuit, what happened to your biscuit?
Those biscuits were delicious. You and the Syrup girls just don't understand what biscuits are because you can't get biscuits over here. All right? Y'all don't know what biscuits are. That's why oh, there's no taste. Well, no, it's not got a pound of sugar in there.
When are you going to finish?
But she's always rough on my biscuits. The Syrup girls too. They report no taste to my biscuits. But she's got 2 more months after that. Her cooking duties are, she's relieved of cooking duties. Hey, Big G Romes, how you doing? Ohio trucker cruising by. Let's see. Joy is cooking now too. Chicken tinola.
Who's Joy?
Well, I'm assuming that's the gentleman's wife. How you doing, Dutchie? Oh man, I like some barbecue ribs. I like tinola, but folks, it's one of those things. When you mention any Filipino food dish, I've had it so many times. It's hard for anything to oh yeah, let me get that. Anybody says, oh, I'm cooking pancit, oh shit, now not again. Don't worry, baby. 2 more months, that's it. You can hang up your apron. It's over. I'm taking back over the nutrition department. Just like they changed the name from the Department of Defense to the Department of War. I'm taking over the nutrition department here in the kingdom.
Magdalena, I'm hungry. Naunsa ba ni siya?
And you broke the antenna off my radio.
Bye-bye, guys. Thank you for watching. Cut that! No more talking na, Marka.
Baby, just 30 more minutes. I want to talk about, look, there's one thing we didn't talk about, right? We didn't talk about Greenland. You know? Trump trying to take over Greenland, baby. What you think about that?
I don't know.
And he wants to annex Canada. What you think about that?
I don't know that. I don't know them and I don't.
Baby, this is serious geopolitics here. Trump wants to take over Greenland, Canada. I mean, maybe going down to Cuba. Friendly takeover. What do you think about all that? The title of this video is something about it's craziness. Baby, eat. You see that Sennheiser microphone right there?
Bye-bye, everyone. Bye.
Baby, there's people who have headphones on. You're blowing out their ears. My gosh.
Give her a kiss.
Y'all think it's all fun and games being married to a Filipina? You want to come over here and marry a Filipina, find you a Filipina girlfriend?
Bye-bye.
It's all fun and games. There's a lot of stress on a dog. All right, folks, I want to say thank you very much for joining us here on my show.
How many times you said thank you?
Thank everybody for sending super chat and supporting our adventures. We certainly appreciate it. Had a little audio glitch earlier. Old single dad ran the battery down. My bad. I need a film crew. Just waiting on Hollywood to call. And then all these technical problems should go away. If y'all don't mind, hit that thumbs up. We certainly appreciate it. And once I figure out how to shut this down, I'm gonna shut it down. I'll take over the children, watching the children.
Bye-bye, everyone. No more talking to Marcos. I'm the one who talk. Bye-bye.
All right, baby. I can't see it. Is that a little small X? I got an X out right there.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
All right, folks. I'm about to shut her down. We'll see y'all tomorrow. I appreciate y'all listening and joining us. Thanks for everybody's comment, for the input. Leave some comments below in the video too. All right, where's the end button at, baby?
Finish.
Where? I don't see it.
Right.
Over here?
No, right.
Oh, the right here? That one?
Oh.
You sure?
Oh.
Ah, right there, finish. End broadcast. All right, I'm out of here, folks.
Bye-bye.
I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.